RV owners. So we just got done with some battery issues on this coach. Now we can start tackling some other issues that were believed to be battery related, but one of them stood out, and it's the step. Everything else is working now outside the batteries, but the step is still having issues. So I'm gonna pull out our old step tester here from Skill Above. It's real simple. I'm gonna disconnect the harness for the step and plug this in line and then ground it. So again, plugged in line just like that. So right now we can see the step lock switch is on. Shut that off. We should be good. I have no power in. And I know before anybody says it, you can do all of that with a test light, but laying on your back underneath there trying to probe each individual wire and thing going on, this saves time, and time is money. Saw my loss of power, show you here in a second, but now that we have power in, I can replicate door switch, verify that that's working. I can also replicate my ignition signal, which once you have the ignition on or off, the ignition on, the step should close. Power to the step is the answer here. And as you can see, I have power coming into this isolator solenoid, and I have no power coming out, which means it's not activating. If I take my jumper wire here to a good 12-volt source, I can activate it, and that's how I was getting power to the step. So trace that cable back to figure out why we have no power there. Come all the way over here. What do we find? We find a 100 amp bus fuse. And on one side of that bus fuse, we can do this at one hand. I've got 12 volts. Well, it should be 12 volts. My ground's coming loose there. There. Now we got it scratched in there. Then if we go to this side, we have nothing. So that fuse is blown. Do I have one on the truck? Of course I do. Try and have a little bit of everything. I've even got Wagos, and you guys know how much I hate those, but I do use them for testing and diagnostic purposes for temporary connections. We'll get that changed out, and I already talked to him about this. I have no idea how someone can sell you a unit looking like this. I don't think any kind of PDI or anything could have possibly been done on this. Like, what is this? Got a bunch more corrosion and whatnot, because again, unprotected battery terminals in an area that is exposed to the elements. So we got that fuse replaced, everything in here cleaned up, because the transfer switch was a mess. I'm not sure why they had it all out of the conduit and stuff, but it's fixed. Of course, the steps are working. It's got all new batteries in this thing. This thing is running sweet. All things that should have been caught before it was sold. But again, that's why I always tell you guys, third-party inspection does not matter where you're buying it from. Sure, it might cost you a few $100 to $1,000, but you're going to spend that money fixing the stuff that you find afterwards anyway.